Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the random review series. DBougie86 here again. And the film I got for you guys today is a film brought to us from the Sleaze Box. It's a film that I actually was interested in from its subject matter and from what it was about and shit. And I always wanted to check it out, and I'm glad I finally did. The film in question is Amerikan Holocaust, with a K instead of the C in the middle. Like the cool cover art on this, I might add. I really like the skull. Now, the main plot of this one, we're introduced to our two main characters, Michael and Antoine. Antoine was actually Michael's lieutenant in Nam, and what ends up happening is they end up becoming friends and find out that they are into like the same sick shit. They're actually like psychopaths. So what ends up happening is they end up teaming up and abducting girls and torturing them pretty much, and making like their own like documentation of these events and what they're doing and why they're doing it in the process. And a lot of like what pretty much happens, it follows like a few girls at a time. I think it's like a few like different like girls that they go through, and it follows their storylines with those girls. And it pretty much tells you how they end up doing these depraved acts to these women and shit during like different scenarios. That's pretty much the main plot of the film. Now, I gotta say, I have seen a few Sleaze Box films before, but I didn't know what to expect with this one. And I was pleasantly surprised, because this is definitely what the fucking title of the film dictates. It's American Holocaust, because you get these two soldiers that have like this shell shock experience in Nam, and they go crazy together and they go on like this killing spree. And those two characters are actually really interesting, because they have like this bond with each other, but you never know if they might snap on each other at the same time in certain scenes. I really like the interaction with them and their performances. Michael is played by John Serico, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I probably butchered it. I'm sorry if I did. And he does a really good job as he's like our main, like the guy we follow through the film with his everyday life and shit. And he's the one behind the camcorder for most of the film. Plus he does like a kind of like a private like camera moments where he talks to the camera himself, kind of like like the reality TV show type deal. And you get to really know what his character is about. And Antoine's of course played by Bob Glazer, who's kind of like a guy who plays in all these Sleaze Box films. He's like one of their alumni actors, and his performance is really over the top and sick and depraved. And it's kind of awesome, because he always kind of plays the same character in the films, but he's just way like out there in certain other films than he is in other ones that they do. And it's fucking awesome. He's a really interesting character, I might add, and his performance is great. The other actors, I don't really know which ones are which, but I know it's mostly like the rest of the cast is mostly females, and they're just there to fill in the gaps, but they do good in their roles with like what they have to work with the situations that they go through with these two do to them, like with these depraved acts that involve like sexual acts, and of course like violence, and making them do shit that they wouldn't normally do as like human beings. It's really, really kind of a hard watch for some people. I can't like really recommend this to like maybe some mainstream people, like mainstream theater goers. But if you're deaf into like indie horror, this is where it's at. Because another thing that tops this film up is its gore, and of course the gore is done by indie effects super master Marcus Cook, whose effects are awesome in this film. There's a scene with eyes that's pretty fucking awesome, and there's another scene that involves like I believe like what is it, guts and shit. It's fucking awesome. I wasn't really expecting to see that much over the top violence in this certain film, and it fucking was awesome. And another thing that I really liked is the way the film was edited. I believe the director, Chris Woods, actually edited the film also. And the editing style that he uses is, because this is filmed like on a video camcorder, that's what it's supposed to be, that's what I'm guessing, is there's these quick bleaks in the film while they turn the camera off and on, kind of like a found footage film kind of. And what happens is there's like added scenes like during like these like TV VHS scans that happen with they end up showing like another scene in the middle of the scan where like Bob Glazer's face like doing this like and shit with like blood all over him, and it's really like disturbing because I didn't really expect to see shit like that in the film. I really like how the film was edited that way with like certain scenes coming back and forth and going full circle kind of way. I won't get into that because that kind of spoils what happens in the film. But yeah, and I really like the score. It has like this doom type, like slow, like low key doom synth score that's really eerie and goes with the film and like the creation of like these people's acts, what they're doing to these people. Really well done film from the Sleaze Box. Like I said, it's definitely not for everyone. If you are a fan of like indie films, in gore films, and anything from the Sleaze Box, if you've seen it before, I would def recommend this to you. If you're like a mainstream moviegoer that doesn't really know a lot about like underground like indie horror stuff, I'd probably say stay away from this unless you're into it, and maybe watch a few other films first, because this might not def for you. If I had to rate American Holocaust, I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I just had real fun with it, and I was really interested in the story, and I liked how it was edited, and the gore, of course, really top notch. The acting and the scenarios that was going on in the film, really awesome shit right here. 7.5 out of 10. Highly recommended. Check it out. Alright guys, that's it I got for this random review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another one soon, and until then, I'll see you then. Peace out.